I'm sure you all have this one question: what happens after death? You might have heard a different concept from different people, and frankly, many of them don't even offer a complete clear picture. But I'm gonna do it right now. We all wonder what happens when we die, but many so-called gurus and godmen don't give a perfect answer. Some might say that you go to heaven, others say that your soul watches your family grieve before facing the final judgment. And some even mentions Yamadutas. But what exactly happens after death? To understand this, we need to consider the point of death, because that shapes what happens. The moment a person realizes that he is going to die, they tend to think about their loved ones, their duties, and the material things they valued. These individuals experience a different journey than those who think of God at the time of death. To explore this more deeply, let's dive into Srimad Bhagavatam, which I consider an essence of the Vedas. The Srimad Bhagavatam has much to say about death and afterlife. Let's consider a person who dies primarily thinking about material things. Srimad Bhagavatam explains the consciousness at the time of death is crucial. Whatever a person remembers at the time of death, they will attain in their next life. This means if you are thinking of your house, your family, or your wealth, you will be thinking about these things in your next life. If you are thinking about God, then you will go to Him in your next life. Our thoughts and desires at the time of death creates a blueprint of our next life. The subtle body which carries the consciousness transmigrates to a new body. The consciousness at the time of death acts as a seed and creates a new body. Srimad Bhagavatam describes death not as an end, but a transition from one body to another. It is like sleeping and waking up in a new body. Carrying with it is the impressions of the past experiences. At the time of death, the subtle body, which includes mind, intelligence, and ego, leaves the gross material body. This subtle body carries the soul and all the desires and karma of the person, and it continues on its journey according to its karma. The Srimad Bhagavatam speaks of the journey of the soul after death. Srimad Bhagavatam also describes Yamaraj, the Lord of Death, and his assistants, the Yamadutas, who oversee the process of death and the subsequent journey of the soul. It is not a concept of hellish figure, but a lawful administration of justice after death. According to Srimad Bhagavatam, Yamaraj judges the actions, that is karma, of the individuals after death and determines where the soul will go next. He is a righteous administrator who ensures that soul experiences the result of their actions. For those who die with a material desire predominates their thoughts, their souls may be drawn to the environment that fulfill those desires, leading them to the cycle of birth and death in this material world. This is known as the cycle of reincarnation or samsara. This involves continuous transmigration to 84 lakh species of life. This can involve various forms of life and conditions, all within the material realm. The Srimad Bhagavatam describes different planetary systems and realms within the material universe. There are heavenly realms, earthly realms, and the lower realms. Depending on the person's karma, they might be sent to a higher or the lower realm and be born in a different body. In contrast, Srimad Bhagavatam describes a different path for those who remember God at the moment of death. By directing their conscience towards the divine, they can break free from the material cycle. The Srimad Bhagavatam explains that those who have developed a strong love and devotion for the Lord and remember Him at the time of death, go to the spiritual realm, which is eternal and blissful. Through devotional practices and remembrance of God, one can achieve a state of liberation from the cycle of birth and death. This state is called moksha or mukti. By cultivating devotion, one can transcend the limitations of the material world and be reunited with the divine. The Srimad Bhagavatam emphasizes that the importance of preparation for death throughout one's life. By cultivating a spiritual consciousness and attachment to the divine, we can ensure a better destiny. It's not enough to simply think of God at the last moment. Our whole life should be a preparation for the final moment. This means practicing spiritual disciplines like chanting the name of God, studying scriptures, engaging in selfless service, and cultivating virtues like truthfulness, compassion, and devotion. By consistently practicing these disciplines, we create a strong spiritual foundation that will guide us at the time of death. Srimad Bhagavatam offers a profound perspective on the death and the afterlife, emphasizing the role of consciousness at the moment of death. It highlights that while there are many beliefs about what happens after we die, the Vedic wisdom found in Srimad Bhagavatam provides clarity on how we can achieve a better outcome beyond death through devotion and spiritual awareness. It reminds us that we are in control of the destiny through our actions, thoughts, and practices throughout our life. Our journey through life is a preparation of the ultimate journey of death. If you like this video, please do comment, like, and share. And subscribe. Okay? Swasti.